Hi, this is Ward Wilsey from ArmorHouse Painting. Today I'm going to go over the April Sherwin Williams colors of the month. Color of the month, which is Sashay Sand, Sherwin Williams 6051. It's a rose grayish color, gray undertones with beige. It's a cool color, cool not meaning stale, but meaning sleek, and because it does have the gray undertones in it. And it gives, in my opinion, a cool southwestern feel. I could see a lot of people liking this for rooms. I could see it working on exteriors too, especially the further southwest you get. I mean, this to me would be a color you definitely find in like a Tucson, Phoenix, even like a Palm Springs, California. I think it would work in some neighborhoods in Austin, probably closer to downtown as well. Could be something that a lot of people take a look at. On an exterior, I'd want to see this with probably a white colored trim, like an extra white, which we'll actually see in this collection. And I'll get to that in a minute because it's not technically in the collection. But it could be cool. Not my style for like a kitchen or something like that, but I think a lot of people could enjoy it. Pearl Gray, the next one. If I put this next to my t-shirt, or my polo rather, you can see, even though it's pearl gray, it actually has significant green undertones. Got to be careful pairing this one, but could definitely work with white trim. Would be a cool side room color, like a den study, something like that. I could see that getting a lot of usage as well, and frankly it would work on the outside as well as a real nice color. Warm beige, if you can read this, it says Indian white. The new name is warm beige. It's really the only warm color in this. It doesn't have gray undertones, it has yellow undertones. In my opinion, you have to be careful pairing this with other colors. Like, it'd be hard to like make this an accent wall color or something like that with any of these other colors. But it's cool on its own. Could definitely see this being a good color to brighten up a room. Probably paired with a trim like in my opinion, probably like an alabaster. You could even see something West Highland white, something like that. That's a little warmer. So it fits like with the other colors, just a little different because it is warm. So you want to be kind of careful there. The next color is interesting. It's a brand new one called White Snow. I couldn't find the card at the Sherwin Williams store here locally, and it's actually not on the color wheel as well. So I chose to put it in here as extra white because it looked really similar. This White Snow definitely has some gray undertones. It's going to work great as a trim color with a variety. It would work great as a trim color with any of these. And that's how I see it probably being used the most. But could definitely work as an exterior or a room color as well. Very versatile color in this palette. Silver Gray. It's a historic color, which means it doesn't come on one of the sticks in the color wheels with like its complementary colors. It's a grayish, so you got to be a little careful pairing it because it has those gray undertones and is a cool color, but it also has some browns in it. So depending on the fixed settlements in a room you're pairing it with, you want to be careful because if it's like a white granite with black and gray, it may not quite work because of the beige undertones that complement the gray. So you just got to be a little careful there, but a real cool color in of itself. Here's one I really like, and I'm actually going to grab over here. This isn't on this palette, but this is natural linen, one of the most popular colors. And one of the things I noticed about this is almost like it could be on the same stick as natural linen. Natural linen is one of the most popular Sherwin Williams colors, and it goes with like everything. So this porcelain color, like number one, I could see it as a trim color for natural linen. But if I throw that away, anything that would work with natural linen would work with this. So you could take this, if you want a slightly lighter exterior or interior than natural linen, you could use this with like a West Highland white or an alabaster would work really well as a trim with it. And then you could go with a darker trim complement to this as well, like an antler velvet. You know, I was even looking at a Malabar, which is on the natural linen stick palette as well, that could go really well with this. You could even go like super dark brown with this, like a cowboy boots. And it's just, this is like a super versatile color that's gonna work in a variety of circumstances. And then the next one on the list is this Cascade Green. It's a cool green, and I could see it working really well in a study. And it would actually work really well with the pearl gray as the trim color. You can see how, you know, that might go. You know, maybe that's a little much on an exterior depending on where you live, but like on an interior room, that could be really cool. And then like, obviously it would go traditional. This would be a little more traditional as you put it with that extra white as a trim color. And that's just gonna look really good. You know, however you want to do that. Final one in the pairing is Twilight Gray. So again, it says gray, but this is definitely a grayish, and you can see that kind of against this behind me. This again, you just got to be careful about how you pair this depending on what's in a room in terms of, you know, your fixed elements like your counters, your floors, as well as any art that you have in the room. You can get sideways here, but like if you're gonna do Twilight Gray with like the extra white as a trim color or vice versa, like that's gonna look really good, you know, exterior and interior. I also think that color I talked about earlier in the palette, Silver Gray, like these could work really well together. You know, either one as the trim and either one as the body, you know, would work really well. I also saw that the Twilight Gray, you know, my current like favorite gray color is a dark color Sherwin Williams makes called Peppercorn, and it would go with that, you know, pretty well as well. So that's the Sashay Sand and its accompanying palette. Real cool color palette with Sherwin Williams for April 2024. Check it out. And you know, if you have any questions about painting or want to get your exterior or interior painted, go to www.armorhousepainting.com. Thank you very much.